So friends, today's our topic is regarding Git. What is Git and why do we use it? To know that, once you can check the concept which I've already shared with you. It is regarding Azure DevOps, and I've deployed one .NET application. So in that, I've given you a brief knowledge about Git and GitHub. So here, Git is nothing but it is a repository. Okay, so let me explain you in a very brief regarding Git. So Git is a repository to place the files which was given by the programmer. The programmer will not directly give the files to a person who is developing the code. So instead of that, he will place these particular files in some place. That place is nothing but Git. It is a repo. So why we are keeping it in a repo? Because if we are keeping it in a repo, we will have a confirmation regarding the code that which part of the code was written by which particular programmer. We can get the details, and also we can get the version of the particular Git application. That means, for example, now this particular application which we have developed and which was in production from past 2 days, I mean, which we have upgraded, and client don't like that particular upgradation which we did. So client get backs to us stating that just get it done with the old version only. I don't need this new one. I don't like, then we need not worry about it, because we will have its versions, its previous versions in Git. We can simply pull that particular version and we can get our task done immediately. So this is the main advantage when we are talking about Git. Now, so that this Git is also known as a version control system. So in Git, we will save the source files. That might be text file, Java file, SLN file. It depends upon the code which was given by the programmer. So when we are considering a Git, here we have total 3 directories. Okay. So first one is nothing but it's a working directory. And second one is a staging directory. And the third one is nothing but Git local repo. Okay. And once done the entire part in this particular Git, actually we'll start from here, and once done it will come here, and this code once done it will come here, and then at finally we will reach it to Git local repo, and from Git local repo we will move it to remote repo. It is nothing but like GitHub. Okay, we'll use the GitHub. I'll show you regarding that as well. So once we are done with our code, we will move it to remote repo. It is nothing but GitHub. This is a Git local repo. This is nothing but it was named as Git, and it was named as GitHub. Okay. So Git is nothing but a local repo and GitHub is nothing but a remote repo. That means which will be having in we whatever the remote that we are using, that is nothing but internet. That means it can be pulled by any other resource. It is not in my local machine. Okay, fine. Now let me explain you all these things one after the other. And working directory is nothing but the directory where we are starting to work. For example, I've created a folder named Git in my documents. So this is my working directory then. So here I'm going to start my Git. So it is nothing but we are initializing our Git from here. So opening Git, we can do it from here, like open Git bash, and we can open like this, or else we can just right click and click git bash here. But I prefer to open it from here only instead of here. Why? Because if we are opening from here, it will directly go in this path. See, documents/git. If we are opening git from here, see, it is opening in main folder. So it is the difference, but we don't want this to be open from here. So I am closing this. I want it to be open from here. So I've started my git here.
I already ran Git init so that it was open in master, or else it will not open in master basically.
So now this is just a folder. This is just a directory in my PC, in my laptop. So how can I connect it to Git? So to connect it to Git, we have to initialize it, right? So I am initializing this particular path. So for that, I am using the command git init. Okay. So if you can see here, it have created something initialized empty git repository in. It have given some .git file, but if we see here, we can't find it because it is an invisible file. It is a hidden file, not invisible file. It is a hidden file. So if you want to see, you just click like this. You just copy this and you just paste it here and click enter. See, you can see. So when we are seeing these, all the things were created just now. My timing is 22:45. It was created by 22:44, just a minute back, maybe seconds back. These all files got created. So now we have initialized our Git, and okay, now we are in Git folder, right? We are here. Now whatever the things I'm adding here, I want to add them in my repo. How can I add that? So let me first add some files. I can add my files from here, like right click, new, maybe folder F1, sorry, and new text file F2. I've created something like this. Now when I'm listing something, see here I can see that list. I can see that list, but this list was not connected to my Git. So for checking that, the command will be git status. See, if I see here, it is saying me, actually it will not show me folders. So it is showing me the file. So if I'm seeing here, it is saying me like f2.txt. It is an untracked file. So this file was not tracked. So if I want this particular file to be used in this particular location, I have to track it. So that meant for I have to move it to my staging directory. Okay, so for moving to my staging directory, my command is git add dot. Okay, now I have added. Dot is nothing but I am telling it to add everything. I am asking it to add my folders, files, everything. So it have added everything. See, I have these two files. Now I am giving git status. See, my file was added. Now I have tracked my file. I mean, I moved it to my staging directory as well. And now I want, if I want to delete something, like now I don't want F1, right? So I am just trying to delete it. I can delete it from here as well. Now let me check list. I have only F2. So this is how we can do that. Now I've moved to my staging directory. That means I've moved these particular things to Git. But these files will not be useful for working purpose. Why? Why? Because here I already told you that why we use the Git, it is to authenticate. Like which programmer did which part of the code. So now I am the person who have added F1, F2, and I am the person who deleted F1, and now I at last I am the person who kept this F2 in master in Git. So when I am seeing this changes was done by me. So how this Git can know that this was done by me? If I can authenticate that I am the person who did, then only it will accept this F2 file. So how can I do that? So for doing that particular thing, what I have to do is I have to commit it. So before that, let me, yeah, already you can see here git status, no commits yet. So here I didn't commit anything. Now I have to commit. So git commit -m. -m is nothing but message, and now I have to give some message what I did. It's my wish, whatever the message I want, it's my wish, and it is for my understanding purpose, so I am giving it as f2 added. Okay, now it is saying me like f2 added, one file changed, and here okay, after this let me check another command, git log. See, if you can see this particular command, you can find that git log. Okay, so git log, you got some commit ID stating that author, I am the author, and this is the date when I have modified, and this is my mail ID, and how these things came into existence. Now I will explain that as well. Actually, how can that know that I am Kushi? How it came to know its name, my name, and everything? It is nothing but I've configured it for the first time. Only for the first time we will do that. After that, it will not ask you again and again. So for configuration purpose, git config global user dot name. Now I'm giving the name. Already I have given that name, right? So I'm giving this. And now I'm giving my mail ID. It might be a dummy mail ID as well. So I've given this. Okay. I forgot to give encode. So it asked me. No. Okay. See. Now my details got changed. User dot email and user dot name, these details got changed now. Okay, so this is how we can change the details. And okay, now I'm going to do some more modifications here for next concepts. Now till now I've added only one file, right? So I'm taking one scenario here. Before that, let me explain you about some other concept named as branches. So in Git, we'll deal with branches. Branches are nothing but actually the entire code will not be done by a single programmer, right? So they will divide the code. That might be like developer, feature. Like this, we will create different branches, and each branch will be worked by some programmer. So at the end of the day, they will push all of them together to master, and then we will execute that particular commands at a time. So how to create the branches? Now we have only one branch that is named as master. You can see it here. So I want to create some branches. So the main branch will be every time master only. and from master we will derive the branches. Okay, so this is the main branch, right? Master. Now let me create one branch named as developer. Develop. I want to make the name so short as possible, so that I need not write it again and again so long. So okay, I'm creating as develop. Now how to do that? First, how to check the branches? Git branch. This is the code. Okay, now I have only one branch. Its name is master. Now I'm going to create another branch. Its name is git branch develop. Okay, so I'm git branch and branch name. Now my branch name is develop. So I'm clicking enter. It created my branch, but if you see here, this is what which is showing on which branch we are. So we are still in our master branch. Now I want to check in to my develop branch. Okay, how to do that? Git checkout develop. So if you can see here, I'm in my develop branch now. Okay, and if I do ls, I can see f2 file here. So from this, if you can cleanly observe, the master from the master branch I've created the develop branch, and when I've created the master branch, that means this is my master, right? So when I've created, it is empty, nothing is there apart from the .git, that is a hidden file, that is not the file which we are developing. So it is some configurations which is required maybe, and now but after that, whatever the branches that we are creating, those branches will not create empty. It will be creating with its parent branch folders and files. Whatever the things there in master, those all things will come into develop branch. So now here in my master, what all the things were there? We have f2.txt. so here also we received it with f2.txt. Okay, so this is how we'll create. Now let me create some file like v1. Vi is nothing but it is an editor. So here I am giving my editor name as file1. So this vi, what it will do is it will create a new file with the name which I have given, like file1, and it will open that for editing purpose. So if we want to edit something, we have to click insert and we have to start writing. Okay, now I have did some editing here, and I'm closing it by clicking escape colon WQ quotation mark. It will close that particular file. So now I've created a file f1, and now if I see, if I check out from this, and if I go to my master and see ls, can I find this file f1 in master? Can we do? Can we really see that? Let's check. Yes, I can see. Why I can see is I have created the branch, but I didn't add it or I didn't commit it. Till the time that I commits, it will be shown in each and every branches. So let me go to my develop branch again. Now let me commit this file git add dot. Now git status, it's committed. Now git commit -m file1 edited. Now I am going to my master again. Now I am checking it ls. See, I can't find that file 1. So from this we can understand whenever we will commit any file, till that time it will be shown in every branch. Okay, and once we have committed here, it will not go back to master. Why? Because what are the changes that we are doing here, we have to push it manually to master, we have to merge it to master. It will not, whatever the changes we did here, it will not change here as well. Okay, so now we did this part. Now again let me log into my develop branch. Now in my develop I have two branches. Now I am creating another branch from my develop. Okay, from here I am creating another branch, and let me name it as feature. Okay, so I've created a branch named feature. Let me do that. Now again let me tell you one more thing. One second. Let me tell you one more thing. I've created some branch, one branch by using git branch name. I mean, maybe feature. Okay. By using this command, we can easily create the branch. And then what we have to do, we have to check out to that particular branch, and then we have to do our task. So, okay, let me do this. Git branch feature. Now I've created my branch, and now let me add something. Git touch f1 f3. Okay, now git add dot. Now git commit hyphen m f1 f3 created. Okay, so I did everything, it's fine, but what I want to do, I want to create this f1 f2 in my feature. But what I did, I just created the branch, but I didn't checked into that branch. I'm still in my develop branch, but I've created f1 f2. Actually what my intention is, I want to create f1 f3 here, but from develop I've created my feature branch, but I didn't log into my feature. I'm still in my develop, and I've created those f1 f3 here only. So now if I check out to this feature, and if I check, see, I don't have that f1 and f3 here. So this is the most common mistake that every person will do. That is nothing but they will forget to check out to that particular branch which is required, where we have to change the files or create the files. We will not go into that particular branch, and we will simply do from its parent branch. So here it is the drawback. So to avoid that, we can instead of creating and checking out in two steps, we can do both in a single step. So let me create another file, I mean another branch. Let me name it as debug, and I want to create it from my develop. Okay, so now I have to check out to my develop first. Now git checkout hyphen B, and here I have to give my branch name, that is nothing but debug. See, I've created the branch and I have logged into that particular branch immediately within a single command. Okay, this is the most easiest thing that we can do every time. It is difficult to every time create and check out in 2 steps. This will be useful when we have to check out to already existing one. So whenever you are trying to create a new one, you just have a practice to use this so that it will be very useful. So okay, this one is done. Now okay, now actually I have to create my. Okay, I've created from develop, right? So it will consist F1, F3, F2, all three. Okay, F1, F2, F3, file 1. See, all these F1, F3, F2.txt, and we have already created that file 1, right? So file 1 also will exist here. So all these things will come here. So we have all these 4 files in my debug, but when I am checking in my feature, actually, I have to create it here, right? I don't have them here. So how can I get that particular files from my develop branch to here? So for this particular, we will use a concept called cherry picking. So for that, let me first go to my develop branch and use git log. Here, F1 and F3, these 2 files, I want to get them in my feature branch, right? So for that, the commit value is this one. So Hare Krishna, excuse me. Yeah. So now, when I want to I want to get this F1 and F3, I have to use this commit ID. And I need to log in first to my feature. And now git cherry pick. Cherry pick, and I have to give my commit ID. It's not required to give full. I can give like this as well. Now, if I see, I can also have my F1, F3 files here. So this is the concept of cherry picking, but cherry pick will only do copy paste. We cannot do cut and paste. We can only do copy and paste by using cherry pick. Okay, so I believe that it is clear till now. And now I would like to explain you regarding merge concept, how to merge. Now I did some code in my feature branch. Now I want to merge it to my develop branch for suppose. Actually I got it from here, so I want to merge it to my develop. It is not required to go here only. We can also merge it to here. We can also do like this. Okay. So now I am trying to merge my feature to master, for example. So how can I do that? First of all, to which branch that we want to merge, we have to be in that particular branch. So now I am going to git checkout master. Okay. Now from here I can merge. Git merge feature. Now I merged my value. Now if I see my master LSC, I can find all the 4 files which all are existing in my feature. So this is how whatever the work that we did, we can merge them back. Okay, I hope it is clear till now. Now, I told you that this is all regarding local repo. I did all this work in my local repo. Now I have to push it to my remote repo. How can I do that? So for okay, now if you already have an account, you can simply sign in, or else you have to sign up from here and you have to give your details like how you do for mailing, I mean Gmail and all. You will just do in the same way. You can create your own account, and if you already have, you can sign in.
Thanks for watching. We'll continue GitHub in my next class.